Okay, for this video, I'm going to show a few different things. I'm mainly going to talk about stacking the Kingsley Pages and also throwing a clean boost in front of them. Also running the Squire preamp into a solid state power amp. I've got this Hotone or Hotone Loudster solid state power amp, and it's going into a 112 cabinet with a Jensen Blackbird 100 Alnico speaker, and I'm not using the Showman. So this is a little travel board. I just bring this board. It's got a whole amp section: power amp, preamp, overdrive, boost, delay, reverb, chorus, phaser, wah. You just grab this board and a speaker, a guitar, and go to a jam or a small rehearsal, and it's just a super easy rig to bring around instead of my normal rig, which is this bigger pedal board with 2 amps, which I run in stereo. And another thing I can do with this board is I can take the bypass the power amp and run this in as a second board from my other amp over here. So I'm gonna, maybe if we have time, I'm gonna run into that too, but mainly I want to show about the stacking of these pages and throwing a clean boost in front of them as well. Okay, so let's see, put this here. Is it gonna stay? There you go. All right. Apologies, no shoes inside, so you're gonna have to see my socks. Okay. All right, I'm going to start with just the Loudster power amp. Okay, that's just nothing, no preamp, no effects, no nothing. And it's, you know, it's not supposed to be played this way. You're supposed to have a preamp in front of you. You'll hear once I put on the preamp, it's going to get some nice sounds to it. Might as well go through. I don't have it really pushing the volume because I don't want to push the solid state power amp. If it's a 2 power amp, that might turn up the volume on this Squire, which is why it has so much headroom. It is made to be able to push a 2 power amp, but solid state power amp distortion is terrible. So that's why I have the volume so low on here. These treble and bass knobs are really interactive. They actually change with one another. Something happens at the very top end of this. Oh, this is a Squire TB, by the way, top boost. It's based off of a Vox circuit. There's other Squires, a Squire D off of the Dumble and a Squire BF off of the Blackface Fender. So when the bass is all the way up, you'll hear right at that top area, you go from total treble cut at the top to... And then treble comes right back in at right below the very top. And so you get much, you know, doesn't seem very bassy here when the treble is up, but you turn the treble down, it gets bassier again, and then super bassy. So these are a bit interactive. I've been running it so that with the bass just below when the treble comes back in. Also, there's a mode switch here. I have it on the actually treble cut, because it gets quite trebly. Don't really notice it now, but once you hit in the overdrive, you'll hear it more. actually find I like it best on the cut, and then turn the treble up here. Okay, throwing a little bit of reverb. Yeah, that's about good. Okay, so we got the, I have this thing here I made here that basically you got two of these little buttons that you put on your, I forget what they're called. You know, you've seen them before. They go on your, like these. They go on your pedals, so you can use barefoot or this just easier, better target. So I glued two of those to a piece of styrene, and the styrene was too bendy, so I had to glue a piece of metal on top. But anyway, I can put this here and I can activate both of these pages at the same time. Or I can just do one or the other, or I can toggle. Pretty nifty, huh? Okay, so this one here is the V2 page. This one here is the page TS, which stands for treble, oh no, sorry. Stands for tone stack. TS is tone stack, not tube screamer, which a lot of people think is tone stack. Page TS, this is the tone stack. Anyway, I have other videos that go way more in depth with these pedals, but I'm just gonna go briefly over the way I have this set up right now with these two pages. This one is set just to kind of, just a little bit of like low gain. This is, and then this, oh here, let's listen. Here's clean. And then, so when you play softly, it's not, it's still clean. When you dig in, it starts getting some dirt. Touching the volume all, that was just from playing differently with my fingers. I don't use a pick, by the way, just my fingers. Now, if I want a little more hair on top of that, so got two levels of gain here, low gain, medium gain, and if I want to go high gain and play something higher gain, I'm gonna put another boost, just a clean boost in front of this first page, and go from, so here's like a riff that's, you know, kind of metal-ish, but kind of not enough gain for that riff. But then I throw this on. Now let me change pickups here. So here, without it. that's kind of pretty much all I wanted to show there. I'll just go through some of these other pedals just for fun. Some nice little delay. Should have shown, okay, another thing I should show is the Page TS by itself. Compared to the Page. Do that again. Page has, the normal Page has a little bit more mid-range character and smoothness, and the Page TS has a little bit more top-end bite. Together, I think they're great together. This is the Hotone phase. Anyway, I'm not going to get into depth about all those pedals. Okay, but next, I want to go into the front end of this amp, using this pedal board as effects for this amp. So I'm going to plug, let's see if it can stay. Okay. I'm going to turn off this power amp. And I'm going to unplug the power amp from the signal chain, plug the last pedal in the chain into this other Fender. It's a brown face Bandmaster from 1963. Just gonna go into the normal channel, not the vibrato channel. And, okay, turn that off, standby. The speaker's on the other side of the room. Hopefully, we'll still get some good audio pickup from this iPhone. Okay, here's no pedals. I better turn that up a little. Reverb. And normally I wouldn't be using the Squire because it's a preamp and this thing already has a preamp. But if I'm using my neck pickup, want to retain the warmth but also add some sparkle, add that. Nice. I probably wouldn't add that if I'm on the bridge pickup. Gets a little bit too bright there, but I could dial it in. It's a great tone enhancer, even front of amp, even though it's a preamp on its own. Okay, now to the overdrive. So here's clean. I'm in the middle position on the guitar. HTS. right, I guess that's probably all I wanted to show. Hope that's helpful. Yeah, I really like stacking these pages. I can also try, so let's just really quick, also front of amp. Just, and I didn't do before, I didn't just use the, this Hotone Liftup with, I only used it in combination with both of these before, so I can just show one at a time. So here's just the page, here's pushing the page. Okay, and then here's just a page TS. Here's pushing it with the lift up. So you can use just a clean boost to push either the page or the page TS from low gain to medium gain. And here's the lift up by itself, by the way. So here's really pretty much a clean boost. But it's just pushing with volume and pushing the tubes here. Okay, that's probably about it. So just a little bit of stacking with the pages and a clean boost. And using the Squire as a preamp through a solid state power amp and or as a clean sweetener in front of amp. Okay, that's it. Thanks.